Anusim is a legal category of Jews in halakha who were forced to abandon Judaism against their will, typically while forcibly converted to another religion. The term Anusim is most properly translated as the coerced or the forced. Etymology: the term Anusim derives from the Talmudic phrase avra ones, meaning a forced transgression. The Hebrew ones derives from the triconsonantal root, and originally referred to any case where a Jew has been forced into any act against his or her will. In modern Hebrews, the word ones can also mean rape. The term anus is used in contradistinction to mashumad, which means a person who has voluntarily abandoned the practice of Jewish law in whole or part. The forced converts were also known as Cristianos Nuevos or Cristianos Novos, or Marrano, which had and still has today a pejorative connotation in Spanish, meaning, besides the term Anusim, halakha has various classifications for those Jews who have abandoned, or are no longer committed to, the rabbinic Jewish tradition, whether or not they have converted to another religion. The two most common descriptions are min, or an apostate of Judaism, for a Jew who basically denies the existence of God, and mashumad, or a heretic in Judaism, for a Jew who deliberately rebels against the observance of Jewish law. The main difference between a min, a mashumad, and the Anusim is that the act of abandonment of Judaism is voluntary for a min and a mashumad, while for the Anusim it is not. In more recent times, the term Anusim has also been used to describe reverse Marranos, that is, ultra-Orthodox Jews who are religious on the outside, but are not necessarily practicing in private. History of use. The term Anusim became more frequently used after the forced conversion to Christianity of Ashkenazi Jews in Germany at the end of the 11th century. In his religious legal opinions, Rashi, a French rabbi who lived during this period, commented about the issue of Anusim. Several centuries later, following the mass forced conversion of Sephardi Jews of the 15th and 16th centuries, the term Anusim became widely used by Spanish rabbis and their successors for the following 600 years, henceforth becoming associated with Sephardic history. The term may be properly applied to any Jew of any ethnic division. Since that time, it has also been applied to other forced or coerced converted Jews, such as the Mashhadi Jews of Persia, who converted to Islam in the public eye, but secretly practiced Judaism at home. They lived dual religious lives, being fully practicing Muslims in public life, and fully practicing Jews at home. In non-rabbinic literature, the more widely known Sephardic Anusim are also referred to as conversos, meaning converts in Spanish, Portuguese, Catalan and Ladino, New Christians or Cristianos Nuevos in Spanish, and Cristianos Novos in Portuguese. Crypto-Jews and Marranos, literally meaning swine in Spanish and Catalan, but also carrying the meaning of Anusim, also meaning Anusim in Portuguese but not swine, since marrau is the word for swine in Portuguese. The Catholic Church coined the first two terms, the third is more of a modern invention by historians, and the fourth is the insulting term Spanish anti-Semites gave to the Anusim. All four terms are sociological, whereas Anusim refers to a status in Jewish law. Rabbinic legal opinions. Hakam Siadu ben Maimon ibn Danan, one of the most respected Sephardic sages after the expulsion in the 15th century, stated, "Indeed, when it comes to lineage, all the people of Israel are brethren. We are all the sons of one father, the rebels and criminals, the heretics and forced ones, and the proselytes who are attached to the house of Jacob." All these are Israelites. Even if they left God or denied him, or violated his law, the yoke of that law is still upon their shoulders and will never be removed from them. Hakam ben Uziel, the chief Sephardic rabbi of the State of Israel, stated in the mid-20th century, and we still have to clarify on the Anusim, to whom the government forbids them to perform halakhically valid marriages, if it's necessarily to say that the wives must have a get to permit them, for the reason that, by force of the law, a man does not have intercourse for promiscuity. We deal with those who converted and kept Torah in secrecy and hide the religion because of the Gentile surveillance. We say that they do have intercourse for the sake of marriage. It follows that Hakam Uziel considered Anusim as Jews, because only Jews can give or receive a get, a Jewish divorce. Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon stated in the Mishnah Torah Sefer Shofetim, Hilekot Mumaran 3-3, but the children and her children who, misguided by the parents, and trained in the views, like children taken captive by the Gentiles and raised in the laws and customs, whose status is that of an anus, who, although he later learns that he is a Jew, meets Jews, observes them, practice the laws, is nevertheless to be regarded as an anus, since he was reared in the erroneous ways of his parents. Therefore efforts should be made to bring them back in repentance, to draw them near by friendly relations, so that they may return to the strength-giving source, i.e., the Torah.